if you see this video and you notice that my eyes are red, I can assure you it's definitely not because my camera just refused to focus. No matter what I was actually doing, no matter what I was doing, it just refused to focus. And it's definitely not because I got really frustrated because I just deleted the other episode because I had a very important angle to actually add onto the episode, and so I had a mini cry sesh, and right now I have a bit of a drinky drink to actually calm my tits. Lovely. Liqueur is always lovely. It's definitely not because of that, it's because the eyes are red to just match my lips. Just joking. It definitely was because I lost it a bit. I will actually admit, but everything is fine now. My Nikon D5300 DSLR is actually doing quite well. It's actually focused. I think my mic should be working, so we're good. We're rolling, and of course I started with the yep session because baby, this is your fave discourse diva. Okay, this is Asemahle right in front of the camera. Oh my gosh, when I actually really get close, you can actually see how red they are. Let me back up a bit. Let me back up a bit and look a bit mysterious into the wind, baby. Into the wind. A very interesting story about this D5300, right? I got this on my first stock fill. I think we were contributing 3K with a friend and, well, an ex-friend now. And I think like her mom and like her mom's friends. I think like my payout at that time was like 24K or something like that. I bought this and I bought some other stuff as well. And yeah, I had initially thought I would be actually getting a YouTube channel, but not political. It was just simply for my personality. Like a lot of people that would meet me would go on about how amazing my personality is, and you should definitely be on YouTube. You should definitely be on TV. Like we absolutely love actually like chilling with you. People should actually, be exposed to your personality. I've always been political, by the way, even then. But like I actually just got it for just, because I'm a bubbly, extroverted person, so people obviously will want to actually hear whatever the hell I want to say, because I always have like random things to say. Thanks to ADHD. But so I got it, right? And as time went by, I was like, I don't necessarily think that I actually want fame. I actually didn't think that I wanted fame, so I wanted to actually sell it. But whenever I need to sell it, like whenever I would get like a very serious buyer, I would always get cold feet. And I'm so glad I did. I think that was definitely God telling me to not sell it, because look, it came in handy. At the moment. But welcome to the first episode of your favorite discourse diva. This is Asemahle. This is Ase. Right in front of your cameras, about to actually delve in. Right? So if you're coming here from TikTok, mwah, I love you so much. Like I love obviously all my subbies, but like my TikTok family, we are like this. Our lives, everything, we are like this. So welcome, and as the title says, we will be speaking about Moja Love, the desensitization of the black community, and the religious indoctrination of the black mind. Because all of those two things play a very vital role on why Moja Love is even a thing and is as popular as it is, no matter how many petitions are actually being thrown out there, no matter how many people are actually complaining, and no matter, even when you look into the content of what's actually being published, you realize this shouldn't even be a thing, but it is because of those two things. Welcome. Let's actually get into it. So before I actually get into it, I'm going to read you the definition of desensitization. I don't know if it's just me, it just sounds like a word that doesn't exist. But yeah, the desensitization is a process where repeated exposure to a stimulus, whether emotional or physical, reduces the intensity of the response to it. I'm going to repeat it again. a process where repeated exposure to a stimulus, whether emotional or physical, reduces the intensity of response to it. This is very important because before I even get into it, when we look into the dire situations or the dire living conditions of the people that are actually being exploited in that channel, you look over it, you gloss over the fact that like this is a tin house that should not even be inhabiting anyone. You gloss over uzwabia that the kids are actually playing on, that they can actually get infections from. You gloss over all of those because you're waiting for that pinnacle moment when they're fighting over the man, that pinnacle moment where they're actually swearing at each other. All of this is playing a part in actually making sure that you are definitely comfortable with the systemic oppression that the people that look like you in this country are going through. All of this plays a very, very vital role, right? And I'm going to actually make there is a book, right, named Zithandwa, right? It's by W. Shasha. It's a Xhosa novel. And it has an image of two bulls that have already died, but they've got locked horns. And loosely translated, it means that the reason why they're actually fighting is because they're starving. If you've watched also Squid Games, right, that series about capitalism, there is a Zithandwa episode always in both of the seasons where they're actually given less food, and all of it actually plays into actually getting in there because the VIPs, which are the people that are actually pulling the strings on capitalism, know a human psychology, right? So they know that if we starve them and if we actually show them the prize, they're going to end up actually fighting each other. And if they're fighting each other, that means that they're not united. If they're not united, it's going to work for us. So they end up actually attacking each other. And that's exactly what this whole thing is actually playing into. Now, on my title, I've also mentioned that there's religious indoctrination that also is at play. Religion actually tells you that in order for you to be complete is for you to actually look at other people that are not doing good. I've actually covered this in one of my videos on why we should actually get away from religion, right? Because religion will tell you that you are not appreciating your peanut butter sandwich because you're tired of it, correct? But there are people without any sandwiches. As opposed to actually telling you to question why are the people without sandwiches in the first place. It's telling you to look at them and appreciate your sandwich, which is basically what that whole channel is about. It's showing you the worst case scenarios and making you feel better about your situation. But the reality is your situation isn't good either. Your situation is also systemic too. If anything, all of you, including the ones that are on TV fighting for men, including the ones that are on TV being abused or looking at abuse and looking at it like, oh, well, I mean, if they actually get off from the screens, then where are they going to get money? I don't know. Where do other victims get money? This is not the first or the last victim. Victims actually exist even in real life. This is not something that we should actually be highlighting on. And that whole thing that, oh, you know, it's not educational, guys. There are so many. If you want to be educated, you need to get into documentaries, not with channels that actually profit off black pain, not with channels that profit off black systemic oppression. That is normalizing systemic oppression. I've said before, when you look into these episodes, you look at these people's living conditions and they are bad. They are bad. And you don't even care about how bad those living conditions are. What you care about is the drama. You know, you heard the other one swearing at the other. You saw within like the clips, the other one actually showing their other, like their private parts. All of those things, right? All of it is playing into desensitizing yourself, into actually looking at these things as norm, right? the swear words, even. Like, I'm not even a person that cares about respectability politics, but I don't think that's a very normal thing. I don't think children should even be exposed to such horrible, vulgar language, right? And on top of this, this plays even in a bigger picture because we have fascism rising. Look into the United States. The United States has bills where they're actually putting through where they are regressing the rights of the minorities, whether it be of black peoples, black autonomy. Police can search you in any time. You know, if you are there and you are not born in that country, you have to walk around with a pass, which is basically a DOM pass when you actually look into it further, right? Like trans rights actually being absolutely regressed. All of that is playing because remember, the United States is a powerhouse. Whether we like to actually look into it or not, it's a powerhouse. What's happening in that country is always so important to reflect what's happening in other countries because it's not just the United States, it's Italy, it's Poland, it's all of it. You realize that OMG, once the conservatives actually get hold of power, you start to actually see it reflecting everywhere, including Africa as well. Then you start to actually see more bills being homophobic, more bills being transphobic. So all of these things are playing into a role that is actually quite dangerous, and it's not something that we should be entertaining, especially as black people, especially as black women. Because let me tell you, when it comes to rights, once one regresses, you will be affected one way or the other, especially when it comes to trans rights as well. You understand? So all of these things are playing a very vital role in actually exalting this horrifying channel that shouldn't even exist. This horrifying channel that we should all take a stand in actually deplatforming so that we don't actually have more issues, right? Because what educational content are you getting from people that are fighting over men? What educational content are you getting from that? What educational content are you finding from horrible male-centered women, older women that are grooming a child to stay with their abuser? Like that horrible Siakela situation, right? What education are you getting from there? That child is absolutely doomed. They really did not even have a fighting chance. They unfortunately are stuck in a rut. I don't even know what to say. They are unfortunately gone. They are just gone with the wind. And I hope, Women for Change does something. I hope the petitions that we've been signing do something. I hope, our channels and our TikToks do something. I don't know. But I do fear for that child. Because when that man, and it's a when situation, really gets physical and God forbid, he analyzes her, I really don't know. The only thing that channel will do is condemn, as that's what they've all been doing, condemning things, and they will find another couple to exploit as well. Now there's even more situations where you see that, oh my word, the Ben 10th situation. I don't know what the name of the show is because I don't watch it, but you realize that, oh, this is a very much of a grooming situation. And again, it's playing into the whole thing of you being desensitized into it. You actually normalizing it. You normalize that, oh, this is a 24-year-old that is with a 44-year-old, but they've been together for 6 years. Meaning when the other partner was 40, the other one was 18, and they were dating. This is something that you should look into and realize that actually that's quite disgusting, ew, but you won't because it plays every week and you're beginning to like them and you're beginning to actually humanize the predator in the situation. And I don't know, guys, like, all I will tell you is that channel has to go. That channel has to go. It has to go. We need to deplatform it. You guys need to stop watching it. I do not even care if you think that there's one of their, what is this, programs that are actually okay. Like, the whole thing has to go. One program that's okay doesn't make a difference when you actually look into the bigger image of what it's there for, what it stands for, what it's trying to do, especially in the Black community. We have a lot of issues that we have to actually deal with, and we don't need people that are normalizing gender-based violence. We don't need people that are normalizing predators, that are like platforming, oh, the worst. And I'm not even going to speak about the presenters, because one of the presenters there had a very nasty case, and people are claiming, oh, he did his work, he did his time. Did he? He literally came out and actually spoke ill of one of his victims, who had to actually come out and actually relive the whole situation where she never told us about. So that doesn't look like anyone that's rehabilitated to me. Or each and everything that whole channel stands for. It has to go. So that is it for today. I'll definitely be tapping more into actually getting into English more. I know some Tswana and some Sotho people have actually reached out to me and were like, oh, we really love your channel, but you know, we never know what you're speaking about sometimes, because I do speak a lot of isiXhosa, especially on TikTok. I'll try to minimize it here. I'll try to minimize it. I'll see how that goes, because like I know it, like on the other platform, when I speak a lot of English, they shadow ban my videos. That's what I found. I found that because when I say the same thing but in vernac, then all of a sudden that's fine. But when I was actually doing it in English, it wasn't so fine. So that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I absolutely enjoyed being here, and I definitely will be actually releasing more. So stay tuned. Do subscribe. Do like. Do comment. What else you would like to also get me maybe to actually cover. And I'll actually always be looking at the comments. I always am, even on TikTok, as you guys know. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in.